What you want, don't ever call me a side. You know what I want, girl, I'm tryna make you mine. Hey, yo, excuse me, please don't confuse me. Liquid in my cup, I keep it juicy.
Hey everyone, my name is Mars, like the planet, and this is Housewarming. I recently went to go see Usher at the Past, Present, and Future tour. I went to go see him in Dallas, Texas at his Thursday show, and I just want to kind of talk about my experience at the show. This was my first time going to see Usher in concert. It was also my first solo concert, so I'm just going to talk about my thoughts and opinions and if I honestly thought the concert was worth it. So let's just get into it. So first of all, I went to this concert by myself. I have always loved Usher. I have always loved all of his music, and a lot of my friends do not feel the same way. So I went to this concert solo. I bought a ticket about a month ago and I decided to just go. I felt completely safe. I think that everyone around me was just very nice. It wasn't like I was making best friends with people, but I definitely felt safe. I think it's important too, if you're going to a concert by yourself, that you just have people around you that kind of know where you are, what you're doing. You don't just want to be out and about. Make sure you have someone that's picking you up or at least knows your location. But other than that, in Dallas, I felt completely safe and I loved my entire experience, even if I was by myself. So I got my tickets on Ticketmaster about a month before the show, and I got them on resale for about $200. Now, I understand that the cost of tickets is absolutely just out of control at this point, so that is really no fault of the artist or Usher. That is really just a Ticketmaster problem. I really don't think that any ticket should be over $200, but I did pay $200 for my ticket. So the concert did start at 9 p.m. and it ended at 11. So it is a full 2-hour show. My concert was mostly 30 to 50-year-old Black women. I could tell that these were the older fans of Usher. These are the people that's been rocking with him since the 90s. There was not a lot of kids there. I do not think this is a kid-friendly show. There are some adult themes. Obviously, if you listen to Usher's songs, then you will know that there are some adult themes at this show. So I really don't think that younger kids would really even be welcomed at this show, but like I said, most of the people were my age or older. So let's just answer the question, is this concert worth it? If you are a big Usher fan, if you know all of his music, if you've been rocking with him since the 2000s, since the 90s, yes, this concert is worth it, and I definitely think you should go if you haven't already. I think that this concert is great for a person that knows Usher, that wants to see him perform, but if you are someone who maybe only knows one or two Usher songs, if all you know is "Yeah" and that's it, then maybe this is not the concert for you. I think that tickets are quite expensive now, and like I said, that's no fault to Usher, but I don't think I would be paying over $200 for a ticket, and that's in the very top. That's in the nosebleeds. So I really would not pay that much if you're only going to know one song. This is kind of a review of his whole entire music career, so he's going to be singing every single song, and if you don't know any of them, I don't know. Maybe I don't think this one is worth it. I'm definitely going to be giving my thoughts and opinions about what I thought about the show. But if you've already seen the show, please let me know down in the comments what you liked, what you didn't like, what you maybe would have changed. If you've seen Usher before, I would love to hear from you guys. So this show is a retrospective of his entire 30-year music career. So it is definitely a show for his fans. Now, this was the first time I had ever seen Usher. I had wanted to see him in Vegas, but I didn't. Those tickets were astronomically expensive. And then once I saw that he was performing the Super Bowl halftime show, I definitely knew that I had to see him because I was a little worried that after this, maybe he won't be performing anymore. Maybe he's going to take a break, but I definitely wanted to go ahead and see him. So the concert is going to feature his singing, his dancing, his roller skating. That's what he's known for. Usher is 45 and he is still busting a move. He still has, he's still going to be singing and dancing and really showing you that he is the performer that he is known to be. He is the king of R&B to me, and I just think that this show really encompasses that because he's dancing for 2 hours straight. Also, he has about 10 to 11 dancers. I know that some of them roller skate, but I'm not sure like who's who, but he has about 5 females and 5 male dancers, and they are just so talented. Like, they're roller skating, they're doing hip hop, they're doing choreography, they're doing more like sensual dances. They are really showing that they are performing at a higher level. They know how to keep up with Usher. So I really think it's really cool just to see his dancers. I'm not sure if some of them were at his Vegas show or not, or if these are new dancers. I would think that these are the same dancers. He does also have some pole dancers that are with him. I don't know if they're actually strippers, but these are pole dancers. Like I said, they're not taking off their clothes or anything, but that is something if you're not used to, if you're not expecting. There are pole dancers. I did see this in his Vegas show, so I was expecting them. And I think pole dancing is a talent in itself. They are featured on the main stage as well as when he goes over to the bar, but we're going to talk about that a little bit later. Also, the last thing I want to mention before I get into kind of my own personal opinions is that we did not have an opener. He did not bring anybody out. I wasn't surprised just because this was a Thursday night in Dallas, so I couldn't even imagine who he would bring out if he did, but we did not have an opener at all. So I would say overall, I would give this show maybe a 7 out of 10. This is my first Usher concert, but it's not my first concert at all. I've seen Janet Jackson, Lady Gaga, Justin Timberlake, so I would say overall, I would give this concert a 7 out of 10. So let's get into what I liked and what I didn't like. Obviously, there are going to be spoilers for what's in the show, what the show is about. So if you don't want to hear that, obviously, thank you for watching this video. But I am going to be getting into what I liked and what I didn't like. So I want to first off and say, I love Usher. I think he is the king of R&B. He has been showing us for the last 30 years, the last 3 decades, that he knows how to sing, he knows how to dance, and he knows how to put on a good show. So this is not a critique of Usher. This is not a critique of him as a person. This is just my own personal feelings about the production of the show. And I would not have paid $200 and drove 6 hours to go and see him if I did not love and appreciate his art. But however, there were some things that I did not like about the show. So first of all, I did not really like the theme of the show. I just thought it was a bit confusing. The general theme was kind of a look back at Usher's career, but it was also a look back at Usher as a person. And Usher even had to come out at the end of our show and kind of explain what the show was, which I thought was a little weird. Like, obviously it's cool getting to hear from the artists themselves, but if you have to come out at the end of your show and say like, hey guys, I know if you maybe didn't get it, but let me explain what this show was. It is a little like awkward and weird. So I just didn't really kind of get it. I know that the main themes of using AI, of using a robotic voice, of using AI generated like videos and photos and having this look back at Usher's life, all these videos, and also this like serious undertone about Usher not really knowing his father or having a relationship with his father. It was just like a lot going on. So it did kind of make it hard to follow. I really like seeing the look back at Usher's career, seeing old photos of him and old videos of him and him accepting awards and him as a baby. But there was also this futuristic AI element that was just really confusing that I could have gone without. I just don't think these things meshed well. When you think of Usher, you think of 90s, you think of 2000s, you think of R&B, you think of dancing, you think of sexy. You don't think of AI, you don't think of robots. It's like, I understood what he was trying to say, I understood what he was trying to go for. It just was not executed well. I'm not sure if this theme was apparent in his Las Vegas show because, like I said, I have not seen that, but his Las Vegas show felt more like Usher. This felt more like a production that Usher was in. I just did not like the AI robotic theme to it. And like I said, Usher gives grown and sexy, and that's what the audience is wanting. And that's what we got. Don't get me wrong. That's what we got. Like, we're turning up, everybody's having a good time. And then it's a video like cutting to Usher as he's talking about his daddy issues. And so it was just a little off-putting. And then at one point, the AI system, I guess, like crashed. And I was just like, what is going on? Like, this is what, I don't know, like some of the pacing was a little weird as well. Like, we would be really, really hyped for a song, and then it would cut to the AI thing, the robotic thing, and he would like go off stage for a costume change. So I could definitely tell the parts where it seemed a little bit more fleshed out. I could tell the parts that they had maybe already worked because they were maybe taken from his Vegas show, like having the pole dancers, like throwing the money, like interacting with the crowd. That seemed more like Usher. This whole AI thing, I don't know, it just wasn't going for me. Usher even said in one of the like prepared videos, he was like, yeah, I know this is a little heavy. Like, I know this is a little weird that I'm like spilling my guts out. Like, I know this is weird. And it's like, then why would you put it in the show? Like, I just don't know. I don't really think that it meshed well. And at the end, he also encouraged us to vote, which was, I don't know, different. Like, he was like, yeah, the show's over. Like, I just want to kind of talk a little bit. And he encouraged us to vote, which I think is great. But it's also like, like, I don't know. I respected him for encouraging his audience to vote. I don't know if he said this every night. Like, please let me know. But this was just very off-putting to me. I don't know why Usher like was encouraging us to vote. This had nothing to do with voting. He also didn't really endorse anybody. He just said like, make sure you vote for who you want to vote for. He did not ever endorse Kamala Harris or anything like that. So I don't know. It was just a very weird vibe to end the night on. And then he also sang Without You at the end. And I don't know. I'm just like, he kept saying like, oh, the show's over, but I'm still talking. And it was like, okay, like, is it over or is it not over? Like, you're not really keeping us captive here, Usher. Like, what are you doing? Like, get off the mic. He was getting a little rambly, and that was kind of the only part that I thought was a little weird. And then he sung Without You, which was great. It was like, okay, cool, Usher singing one of his songs, I guess. But then people were like starting to walk out, which was really weird. Not in like a we hate you, we're done, but it was like people were leaving. He was like, I know you guys are leaving. I know you guys want to beat the traffic, but I want to sing this last song for you guys while you're walking out to the parking lot. That was just so odd to me. I don't know why. So obviously this is the past, present, and future tour. I thought the past and the present were very like fleshed out, I guess, even though maybe some parts I didn't like. But the future section definitely needed some improvement. It just wasn't clear what Usher's future was. At some points they were showing a video of him with like gray makeup and like older makeup. It was supposed to be the year like 2024. And I was like, it was supposed to be the year 2044. And I was like, okay, like what does this have to do with anything? And you could tell the people around us were like not feeling it. They weren't really talking or engaging or laughing or anything. They were just like, this is weird. Like, what is this? Also, once again, I did not like the AI at all. It was just, the whole thing could have been taken out. It just did not mesh well. And I could just see the people around me were not vibing with it. They were using like AI generated videos of Usher. Like they had some videos of Usher dancing and they would use AI to make him say stuff he wasn't saying. The way that deepfakes have had a really bad reputation, why would you use older video of Usher and then use AI to make him say like, oh, I'm gonna be a big star one day, I'm gonna blow up, and it's like, this is so weird. Like, I don't know. That was just so odd to me. And it just did not mesh with Usher as a brand to me. So those are the things that I just kind of thought were a little off. Obviously, the biggest thing was the AI. I just wasn't feeling it. And then the speech at the end was also a little weird. The heavy tones of the daddy issues were a little off. Once again, I got the show. I understood the show. It's not like I needed him to explain it to me. I just didn't think it like meshed well for what Usher is, what you're coming to see Usher for. If you're paying $200 to see Usher, that's not really what I thought it was going to be. So those are the things I didn't like. So let's end on a high note and talk about what I did like. So obviously I love Usher. I loved Usher. I love seeing him. I love seeing him dance. Like I said, he's 45 years old and he's still dancing. He's still moving. And I just think he's so handsome. He knows it. He was like flirting with the crowd. He's flirting with the women. He's feeding them cherries. He's blowing kisses. He's just oozes sex appeal even after 30 years, and just seeing him doing this great choreography was just so fun. I loved the huge box on stage. I just loved it. It was something different. I think that it doubled as a screen, and then there was visual effects. It opened and closed. It allowed for a lot of space for visuals, for the dancers to be inside the box, outside the box. I just thought it added like a lot of visual depth to the show itself, and I just thought it was really cool. I also like the section that he came into the crowd and kind of walked to the bar. I know that this is something that he's done before, but it just kind of made him feel human. Obviously, the ladies were just loving that. And then, like I said, he walked over to the bar and was kind of making himself a drink and feeding the women cherries. But overall, it's just like really fun just like being up close and personal with Usher. Once he got to the bar, he's like throwing money, and there was the pole dancers, and it was just like giving club vibe. And that's what I think Usher is known for. He's not like owns the VIP section. Like obviously he has the song Love in his club. He like has his boys with him, and he's going out to the club and he's having a good time, and the ladies love him. Like that is the vibe for Usher. And I just think him having this bag and throwing the money out and all of that, it just felt like a really good time. I love the roller skating. I thought that was so cool. Like how many artists can say that they roller skated at their show, and they have dancers that do it with them. Also, like the crowd, they were 10 out of 10. They knew all the songs. They didn't really know the new ones, because I didn't really know the new ones either, but they all knew the words to the song. And like I'm glad also too, I'm so glad that my section did not stand up. I get it, you're at a concert, you want to stand up and have a good time, but like I'm almost 30. I'm not standing up. I'm just not. I want to sit in my seat. I want to have a good time, and I want to groove. I paid $200 for the seat. I'm going to sit in the seat. And like there were sections around me that were standing up, but I was so glad that my section like stayed seated, because I just did not want to stand up for 2 hours straight. Even though I was by myself, I really enjoyed the show. I really had a good time. Like I said, I love Usher's discography. I love all of his songs. And so this was just a great time to just jam and have a good time and to see one of my favorite artists. And I do want to include some tips that kind of helped me at the concert. I know this sounds like common sense, but I do just want to include them just because I have to. So at a concert, first of all, make sure you download your tickets. Make sure you have them ready to go. Make sure you download them to your Apple Wallet if you have a phone. Make sure you have them ready, because they're scanning them at the door. You don't want to be holding up the line. 2, bring as little as possible. I know as women, we want to carry these huge bags. We want to carry our pocketbooks. We want to make sure we have everything with us, but we don't need it. At the show, you're there to see Usher. You don't need lotion. You don't need perfume. You're going to be fine. Just leave it in the car or leave it at home. Also, these seats are very close together. You're not going to have room to put your purse anywhere. So just leave the purse at home, bring a little clear bag, or just stick stuff in your pockets. The only thing that I honestly brought was my phone and a portable charger. There is nothing worse than being someplace and your phone is dead, or you're trying to record videos at the concert and your phone is about to die. So I had a portable charger just in case. I made sure my phone was all the way at 100%, and I also made sure to clear my storage. I don't know if you've seen that video on TikTok, but Usher was trying to take a picture with a girl and her storage was full. And it's just so embarrassing. So make sure if you're going to be recording videos that your storage is empty, that you have room, and that you're not going to get that pop-up in the middle of the concert that you don't have any storage. Lastly, remember to take care of yourself. Remember to eat, drink some water, make sure you're wearing comfortable shoes. You may have to walk after the concert to get to your Uber or to your car. So you just want to make sure, yeah, you're looking cute, but yeah, you're not going to pass out in the middle of the show. So that is my review of the Past, Present, and Future tour. If you've seen the concert, please let me know down in the comments what you thought. And if you're going, let me know what you think. Come back to this video and let me know how you enjoyed your concert. If you're considering buying tickets, I think he has like 1 more month left. Obviously, I'm not encouraging you to buy them or not, but yeah, I post videos every single Wednesday, so I will see you guys next week. Bye.